Hey, it's Guns for Hire from Next Gen Tactics. This is our Team Deathmatch Tactical Approach video series, and this is Quarry. My class setup for this one is the M16 with red dot, the 1887's akimbo, and note these are pre-patched. I don't use these shotguns anymore. I know everyone hates them. I use the M1014 now with grip. Anyway, Claymores, Stun Grenades, Scavenger Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and Ninja Pro. Kill streaks are set to Harrier Strike, Chopper Gunner, and Tactical Nuke. And just a side note, if you're playing Deathmatch, it's not a good idea to use Tactical Nuke. If you watch my knife-only Tactical Nuke video, I explain why. The probability of you actually getting it in a Deathmatch is very, very low. Okay, well, just a quick note. As we're starting off here, you'll notice that I'm moving fairly quick. That's because I compressed the video a little bit just so that it wasn't as long. So you'll notice I'm moving a little bit fast here. This is a bad start. I don't normally, although, normally I always say go on the perimeter. I'm going to die here. Normally I'd say go on the perimeter and everything like that. And if I'm starting on this map, I definitely would go that way. And not the other way, because everyone always tries to meet on the other side there, where you go up the ramp, and that's a known confrontation, and my style is to try and flank. This area here that I'm going in now is normally the route I would take from either side. So if I'm starting on that side, then this is where I come, and if I'm on the side that the opponents are starting, then I rush through there, jump down, and I try and cut them off that way. Otherwise, most boards, I do try and stay in the perimeter. It's just for whatever reason, whenever I play, and even now playing against higher prestige levels, everyone tends to stick in this area that we're in right now. Like, this is a high confrontation area, so everyone always stays in there. That's why I like, especially in the beginning, to cut through that midsection there. And normally everyone's positioned here, just like I caught this guy in the building at the top there looking down. Because, for whatever reason, like 80 to 90% of the time when people play this, that's where they go. They all, fight there. And quite frankly, to get kills, or high kills anyway, I go away from the pack. I go away from where the direct front lines are and try and flank around. And usually for this one, normally I would take the whole perimeter around the other side, but in this one here, cutting through the middle actually puts you in a prime opportunity to be killing them, because they're all facing forward. Once the game progresses again, Quarry's a bit different in that the center is really not that bad. Although there's a lot of sniper opportunities, the center isn't that bad for moving in, so you don't have to worry about that too much. You do have to watch for snipers. Typically, it's worse being on the perimeter looking across. Like for me, doing this is actually dangerous because there's a lot of snipers in this and a lot of assault rifles on the other side that are likely camping and in position waiting for me to pop my head up like I just did. So it's not always a good idea, and sometimes running through here, through the bottom, even though I just died there, is actually a safer thing to do. Again, if you have an SMG on, lightweight, or not even lightweight, as long as you have marathon on, you can usually whip around this map. And I do have a run and gun series of this map where I believe I show that as well. Unfortunately, it's going to have the 18s, but I'm hoping to do another series on the Xbox. This is a PS3 on the Xbox, and I'm going to do hardcore. And I'm not obviously going to be using the 18s. I use them, I love them, but everyone complained about them. There's no point in showing strategies on them because everyone's going to think, it was just because of the gun that I had in my hand, rather than paying attention to the tips that I'm trying to give. Anyway, back to this one here. The kill streak that I use is not very good. I set it to Harrier, Chopper Gunner, and Nuke. This is earlier when I wanted to try and get some nukes on deathmatch vids, and I did get some. You'll see, like in Estate, and I can't remember. I think Scrapyard as well. So it is possible, but this is early, and these are there's a lot of noobs. And if you watch my knife only nuke that I've got on here as well, you'll hear me say that, it's critical. If you're going to get a nuclear tactical nuke on deathmatch particularly, You cannot be playing with good players. You have to be playing with inexperienced players. Just the probability of you getting one is very, very minimal. For instance, even on your own team, you have 5 other players. If they average more than 10 kills each, you cannot get it. So they have to get very, very low kills. And if you even have one player on there that's like really good, you're not going to get it. I mean, that player is going to get a lot of kills, and you just won't have enough kills left to the 7,500 mark to get the tactical nuke. So it's not a good idea to put that on. Plus the other team, they have to, on average, only get 12 kills each. If any one of them is half decent, like if you're in a team full, the opponents are like all crappy but one person, you could pretty much almost lose it. I mean, they don't have to get a lot of kills to end the game. So if you're going to do that, that's fine. But if you're in the lobby and you notice that, there are possibly some skilled players, or you played the previous match, take the tactical nuke off. It's absolutely a waste. If you want high kills, set it to Predator Missile, Harrier Strike, and Chopper Gunner. You can use the other combinations, but somewhere around there, you know what I mean? Like, if you like Sentry Gun, fine. If you're really good at finding elevated positions with Sentry Gun, then put that on. But don't waste your time with a tactical nuke in Deathmatch. You can use it in other ones like Domination, Demolition possibly as well, Headquarters, that sort of thing there. You have a higher probability, even with skilled players, to get a tactical nuke, but not in Deathmatch. Deathmatch, it's a lot harder to get a tac nuke. That's also why we had to challenge the knife-only tactical nuke in Deathmatch, because it's not an easy feat. Even against noobs, probability of you getting it is very, very low. Again, on this one here, I look for areas back to Quarry before I'm rambling. In Quarry here, you want to search and sort of try and get... I think I wasn't sure if that was an enemy or not. This is a dangerous area unless you have Ninja Pro on. But typically you're going in areas where people like to camp. The opponents like to sit here and look down at the other end, which is just like that guy there, waiting for someone to pop up the other end. So they're usually easy kills. But in order to do that, and I don't know why that guy didn't turn around, because when you're going up that ramp, you make a hell of a racket. It's not a good idea. If you have Ninja on, no problem. You can sneak up there. Just be careful. Sometimes it's a good idea to throw a stun or a flashbang up at the top before you reach the top there. But and that area there, see that? That's like second or third time I've killed someone up in the top there. Watch for that area there. Watch for either snipers or people with assault rifles usually are sitting up at the top there. Be wary of that when you're coming around this end, either from the ramp at the far end or that cut through in the middle. These areas here, the doors, or rather the buildings here, again up in the stairs, look for people hiding in there, look for people perching up in the top there, looking down this way. They like to stay up there. That window there is another bad area where people will try and snag you. When you're running around, no matter what the map is, try not to get tunnel vision. By that I mean, if you know you're running for a particular area, don't just focus on the area when you're running. Try and almost take in the whole picture. I know it's difficult to do that, but if you can, what will happen is you'll notice enemy players when they're approaching from the sides or anything like that. But if you get tunnel vision and you're just focusing on where you're running, or you see a spot in the distance, you actually will not see people running on the sides. If someone else is sitting with you in the same room and you're running, they'll be like, dude, you just missed someone. Yeah, because you're getting tunnel vision. You need to start, so almost, if you're running in a straight line, just keep running. You don't need to be looking where you're running, and constantly scan the screen. So like look back and forth as you're running. You don't need to look where you're going. I mean, if you're pushing up on the controller, you're still going. I mean, that's part of the knowing the maps, though. I mean, you're probably not going to be able to do that until you actually are familiar with the maps. One last quick tip, if you get something like Pave Low or Harrier Strike, that sort of thing, take the opportunity to move around the map a lot more. A lot of the opponents will be hiding indoors, so move. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. For more strategies and tactics on Modern Warfare 2, stay tuned to Machinima Respawn or visit nextgentactics.com.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.